stone, everyone! Rock and stone!
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone. Hello, and welcome to the stream that is probably not actually on the dashboard yet because twitch.tv. We're doing more Deep Rock Galactic.
Hurry up! I ain't getting younger, you know!
Sequence initiating.
Let's get this mission rolling.
Should I change any upgrades? No, I shouldn't.
Let's rattle and roll.
Alright,
Come
let's
on, you lazy bastards.
continue
We've got
making
jobs
progress.
to do.
Oops. Oh, I missed.
Could you please hurry up? We're leaving!
Ah, I missed again. Alright. Won't try it that time. No, as the price of Bitcoin rebounds, I hope that I have to fight for 50k again, because that took a long time to break. I think weeks or something, or like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It hit 50k, people sold. Hit 50k, people sold. It hit 51k, and then people sold again, down to 47,000 or so.
Yeah. Do you think people reckon that 50k is like the highest it'll be, considering how difficult it seems to be to cross that?
No, I don't think so. It's just people like big, nice round numbers. That's all.
I guess so. But in that case, why not go for 100k?
Pipelines, fuel the unsatisfied,
I know, right?
and launch the goods back to orbit. Nothing could be simpler. Get to work, Roughnecks.
I feel like smart people simply buy and hold, because it is the safest option by far. I've tried the day trading thing and it's just horribly stressful. I hate it.
Yeah, I couldn't do that for long.
Yeah. Like, yeah, sometimes I gained coins, sometimes I lost coins, but I mostly just lost, really.
See you later!
But we shall see what happens. I hope we're back above 50k soon, but until then you're gonna see the news headlines. I guarantee it. It's like every time Bitcoin dips even just little, you see headlines, oh, it dipped below this and that level. Never mind that it's gained like 50% or more over the last couple of weeks. It's like these tiny drops or moves up and down that kind of don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of... I think a lot of people... I don't really know exactly why, but a lot of people really, really dislike the idea of crypto to the point that they really don't want it to be legitimate. So it'll be like, oh, Bitcoin drops from like 50,000 to 40,000, and they're like, see, we told you it's not legitimate, but the thing is, this stuff used to be like 10 bucks, you know. It's like you gotta see the big picture. It's still worth way more than it once was, you know.
Yeah, and when people say, haha, it dropped 3k overnight. Yeah, but it's up 15k from last week.
Object launched. Stay clear from the impact zone.
But the news headlines don't have to mention that at all.
No, but I think like the detractors really like that sort of idea, like, oh, see, I was too smart to buy into the Fed. I think it makes you wonder if maybe they actually feel bad about not buying into the quote-unquote
I'm
Fed.
sure they do.
And honestly, I found that the community surrounding Bitcoin, at least certain smaller communities, are really nice.
Yep.
Like I've talked to like smaller groups of people, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, however much you want to invest is good. And, you know, I just talk about like small investments, and they're really nice about it.
Getting closer to our quota.
Yeah, we're all on the same page. It's all about... I mean, of course it's about escaping the system and making money and so on. And for some others it's about personal financial freedom. The little guy versus the big guys. And all that stuff.
Yep.
But it'll be a while until it's like an actual usable thing on its own, because right now it's still very much tied to some kind of fiat currency. Tied to the dollar or euro or whatever.
True.
So, but maybe someday will come when you can just mine it with your computer, and then you can send what you mine straight to the card, and then buy using only that.
It's fascinating how much like a gold rush it is, right? Where you could literally mine straight up money.
Yeah, I mean, it is digital gold. That's
It's just fun to see how it's so new and yet so old in a way, you know?
Supplies are
yeah,
on the
it's 12 years old by this point.
Yeah, but
least.
the principle of, you know, going out and mining valuables and earning your keep that way is such a Wild West thing, or so you'd think.
Even some of my friends, like, admittedly, this dude I talked to is not the most tech savvy, but he had a hard time understanding what I meant when I tried to explain the concept of mining and how it's done and how it's rewarded.
Let them
Yeah, honestly, I don't really understand it very well either, but I don't let that lead me to be skeptical. It's like, okay, well, I know there's an explanation. People have tried to explain it to me. It's a bit hard to grasp for me, but that doesn't mean I get to be smug and say it's not real.
Yeah, I mean, how do I explain it? It is not as fancy as you think it might be. Let's just put it that way. I think I read in the article that earlier today that it is just a guessing game. You have these like an incomplete hash or something like that.
Time to earn your
You know, or
PhD.
one of those.
Do
You know those.
something along the
One of
way.
the. Oh, how do I explain it? An MD5 sum. Do you know what that is? Like a hash.
Not exactly, no.
I think it's like part of the part needed to de-encrypt something.
Oh yeah, I do know that mining is basically a computer like solving
ready to kill some more.
math problems in a sense.
I used to think that was a math problem, but it's just a guessing game. Is what it is.
Yeah, they just go through a lot of options, right? Basically.
Did you take IFG grenades or cryo?
Cryo.
Cryo. Everything frozen takes triple damage, by the way, regardless of where you hit him.
Ah, that figures. Nice. Oh, ow.
There's that guy.
The detonator. Whoops.
Yeah. Whoosh. Ow. So.
Yeah, you know what's kind of cool? So a pretty serious like margin of my crypto money comes from a platform called Steam, not Steam with an EA, but Steam with a double E, and it's like a blogging platform where if people upvote your stuff, you get like a reward of the currency they have,
Almost through the wave.
Yeah.
and it's like legitimately a currency. I got like when I mentioned that I switched some assets to Bitcoin, that was it. I basically got $200 in Bitcoin from that.
Oops, sorry. I need to kill that thing now. Alright. Alright, so these things. You see the spread they have? In order to avoid them, you move towards them.
Oh
the
right,
way
I tried to run away with the grappling hook this time, but I got shot in midair. Don't die, alright?
I won't. Or I don't intend to. Can you get down from there?
Platform up. Reloading.
Ah, bother. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this. Alright, but yeah, Bitcoin mining is basically like a guessing game. It's not a mathematical thing. I think the computers are giving like a hash with X number of characters missing, and they need to fill in this gap to eventually find the solution to whatever is a part of an encryption code or something that is missing, and they have to
Shoot the sack.
fill in the blanks to then get the right answer. And it takes a lot of computational power to guess this. Or it takes power to provide answers to this, and the more power you have, the faster you can reply, and the more answers you can send in. And you're paid for every accepted share, whether it be right or wrong.
Right, right, right.
Alright, something like that.
I just
If you get,
grappled straight towards the detonator, by the way.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. So, when you're mining into a pool like NiceHash, you get paid for the shares you send in, a fixed amount, which changes with time, the difficulty, and the current price. So when the price is high, when the Bitcoin price is high, then the reward is also high. So the price going up is good for everybody, for the holders, for the miners, and
Indeed.
so on.
Thank you. This time I'll try to pay more attention. I'll just grab one of these resupplies.
More ammo.
You can go find Nitra Gold and maybe
Pump jack.
the next pump jack. I'll work on this, I guess.
Well done. Pipeline successfully established.
Oh, the detonator is still here.
Yeah, we should probably kill that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Ow.
I thought the grenade would stop it.
No. 2 grenades freezes it, but it only stays frozen for about a second and a half. They have freeze resist. However, if you kill them when they're frozen, it requires great timing and cooperation, and a detonator at very low health. Then they explode without. They explode with a vapor cloud, basically. That does no damage. It will just push you away. This cloud does not break terrain or anything, so it's the safest way to do it when you're in an armed rig.
You know, it's kind of fun to keep up the maintenance of lighting the area. It's not so fun to keep dying, though.
No, you're getting too close to it. When you're inside the field of... when you can see, like, the red stuff in the air. What do you want to call that? Ah, come on.
The area of effect? Or...
Yeah, like the ashes and stuff in the air, or embers, I should say. That was the word I was looking for. When you can see the embers, you're in the danger zone. Oh,
thank you.
And when you're mining Bitcoin, you're also confirming transactions and creating new blocks in the blockchain. So you're also getting a portion of the fees that are the fees people pay to send Bitcoins to each other. Part of this is paid to the miners. So once all Bitcoins have been mined, then you can still keep mining, and you'll simply receive the fees instead of actual coins.
Right.
But once every coin has been mined, the price of the Bitcoin should be so incredibly high that the fees will, from this, that should be enough to keep people, well, should be a decent pay.
And you mentioned your PC was good enough to definitely mine a bit.
Good enough to get about 2.5 to 3 euros of well, Bitcoin out of it every day.
Right.
And I think the power draw of this card is about, I would estimate that if I mine 24/7, it's about 3 kilowatt hours a day, so about 30 cents a day in costs of electricity. I.e., it's a win.
That guy's mission. He really has a cozy.
I just sent 10,000 sats to my Phoenix wallet on my phone, which is another $6 or so.
Big swarm is approaching.
So now I have $10 in that wallet. Oh, hooray!
Oh yeah.
Still waiting on my crypto card to be approved and sent to me. I have applied for like one of those virtual Visa cards you can simply add to Google Pay on your phone. Then you can use the NFC reader to
Connected and ready to pump.
make contactless payments. So supposedly you should be able to send crypto to this wallet and then pay with a card, and it will all be converted on the fly to whatever currency you're currently paying with.
That's very convenient.
Yeah. And how this is taxed is still very much unknown to me. I've seen it mentioned on when I read up on this that it's part of like a hobby, or it's generally considered to be part of a hobby, and generally in Sweden you can. I mean, for example, if you sell your car, you don't have to pay any taxes on that. Generally.
Huh.
This, I don't know. It's all very confusing. Honestly, for this kind of money, I don't much care about doing it 100% properly. Just wait.
Yeah. Weren't there like lots of ridiculous fees and taxes for you guys in Sweden when you try to do crypto trades and such?
I kind of misread that. It's mainly 30% of whatever profits you make when switching from one coin to another. But if you instantly switch between two coins, like if you buy Tether to immediately use that to buy whatever other coin you after, then obviously the value has not changed. So you shouldn't pay anything at all between those two. So in the end, you basically paid 30% taxes on the profits you make. Although you have to report every step of the way there. Like every time you sell one coin for another, even though the value between them hasn't changed, because you're just switching the coins around, you still have to report that, which is, I feel, is a stupid part.
That is pretty annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, thankfully all good exchanges keep logs, and there are services out there where you can simply export the log to that and it will print out a report for you.
Look at the sparks.
And it certainly makes it a bit easier, but it's still more complicated than it needs to be. I feel like it should just be 30% taxes on the profit when you cash out.
Yeah, that obviously makes the most sense by far, but they, of course, they probably feel like a lot of stuff has gone on behind the scenes at that point, and they want insight on everything. Cause yeah.
Sweden in a nutshell, basically. They are constantly coming up with new taxes. Oh look, leech. They're constantly coming up with new taxes and the way to tax the citizens and so on. We have some of the highest taxes in the world, and they just keep rising.
That's not good.
No, I'm not very happy about it.
Secondary objective completed.
They've just introduced like a new bank tax, which is odd. It's gonna basically any bank that has a lot of debt in one way or another, they have to pay taxes on this debt, and it's like, oh, okay, so you're kind of crapping on. Yeah, you're kind of crapping on banks that are already in a very bad spot.
Yeah, that's exactly. It sounds like you're in trouble. Now you're in even more trouble. Like now you're gonna have to pay because you need to pay.
Yeah.
Here's you know, I heard you like debt, so I added a debt to your debt, so you can pay while you pay.
Yeah. Where's the last well? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can't find it either. I was looking at the thing, but
I won't. It must be in a. More bugs. We need to hurry up because they're gonna keep coming. But yeah, they're gonna raise the taxes on cars and such too next year. It's great. Like, as if I'm not already paying enough. We should probably be looking in here. There's a tunnel here.
Where exactly did you say we should look?
There's a tunnel to the right of my turret.
I'm down again.
Do we have any kind of modifier on this? No, it's just standard damage.
Thank you.
You know, if only I had like, oh yeah, there's a room here. This tunnel was kind of like blocked by a big boulder. Yeah, if only I had like 3 or 4 bitcoins to spare. the president of El Salvador has stated that if you spend 3 bitcoins on anything within the El Salvadorian economy, they'll grant you permanent citizenship. So they kind of want people to come over there and spend their coins.
Pump jack requested.
And
Is inbound.
yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal, but it also sounds odd. Citizenship for spending a particular currency there?
Yeah, I mean, if hopefully they mean like if you buy a house with it or something, and not just like. Here's
Yeah,
your
I'm
coins.
guessing that's the intent. Like 3 bitcoins, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be about the price of a small house. Although I guess it depends on the state of their economy as well. 3 bitcoins would not be enough to buy a house here.
I think it's a kind of a big deal over there. It's such a small country, so for them it's probably a lot of money. But yeah, it ain't much. I mean, even when you're looking at the fiat value of it, that's not a ton of money. It's basically buy a house and you'll get a citizenship.
Light is up.
I don't know anything about the country, not at all, but it would certainly be cool to have place abroad like that, even though it's very unlikely that you'll visit it often. Oh boy, is there not a better way of doing this?
Bad news, team. A pack of Praetorians have diverted
Uh-oh.
towards you. Get ready.
Yeah, you should probably stock up on cryo grenades.
Easy, they said. Ugh.
Okay, I thought I should start building the pipeline now, so...
You can do that too. But if you have cryo grenades,
There they are.
then we can kite these a bit, gather them up, and then flash freeze like the whole bunch all at once.
Yeah, where are they exactly?
They spawn near players, and I have some over here.
Enough grinding.
I'll draw them to you. I don't bother with the big dudes. They can't be frozen.
Oh, right. Well, at least it'll still hurt, right?
It does no damage.
Oh. Whoop. In that case, I will stock up on some stuff.
Ready to kill some more craters.
Should be more than 3 around. Yeah, there's a few over where you are too. Don't throw a grenade at them yet. Let them all come to us. We have 1 there and then 3 over here. Let's just jump around a bit.
Another one is ready.
Okay, let me know when you want me to throw.
Sweet.
You can throw 1
There's up.
now, I guess. Here. Yeah, shoot.
Significantly diminished. Well done, team.
Should not have thrown the second grenade. Let's wait for them to thaw first. Or just throw 1 grenade and then take out your guns and shoot as much as possible. Like I said, they take triple damage from being frozen.
I'm taking
It's
some
pretty
ammo.
big deal.
Indeed.
And this also completely ignores armor.
Let's teach you. Getting more ammo.
I wish there was an easy, reliable way to heal.
Yeah. Give me some sugar.
Reliable way to what now?
To heal.
Yeah, all you can do is
Don't shoot me.
You can heal via red sugar, via resupplies, and by killing stuff.
By killing stuff?
If you have a certain perk.
Okay, yeah, I
Charges.
think I should get that perk because I'm always starved for health, honestly.
I think it's, I think it's called Vampire.
Makes sense. Makes
So if
sense.
you melee medium-sized enemies, and i.e. grunts and up, you gain 5 HP for each kill.
Good enough.
Okay, yeah, this pipeline is gonna give us trouble. I feel it. I mean, it's already
Yeah,
giving
it's-
us trouble, but
It's kind of up there, isn't it? It would be nice if we had a driller on the team so we could just make a straight path to it, but
yeah, of course, the catch-22 is that we have one really close to the platform as well. That's really easy.
Start up the pump sequence.
oof. Screw you. They sure like spawning those things.
Alright, are we ready? Should I push the button?
Do it. We could just ignore the bulk detonator for now.
The liquid
feel-
morkite is being extracted. Refinery and all pump jacks are working at full capacity. Be warned, the noise will draw in the locals, so stay on your toes and do what you can to protect and
How are we
maintain
doing on the
equipment.
resupply front? There we
The
go.
refinery is attracting the bugs. Hold the line while the pump sequence continues. Roger that.
Oh yeah, I'm using the vampire thing. Ah, I'm getting 5 health for killing stuff. I mean, it ain't much, but it's something.
Right.
Pump sequence at 25%. Liquid morkite is flowing to the refinery like honey. The extraction has stopped. Must be due to jammed pipelines. Get it fixed.
Alright, all the jammed pipelines seems to be this way.
Pipeline repaired, but other pipelines are still malfunctioning.
Bigger they are.
There we go. Gotta... I keep forgetting to put up the lights.
You know what? I frequently see scouts online that have played the game for hundreds of hours and still don't do it.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
I mean, play the class enough and you'll wonder why you could ever survive without light. What is that bug doing?
Machinery is running again.
I almost killed the detonator, but he got me.
Oh yeah. Ah, I got it.
Very nice.
Well, you did most of the work. Ow.
Incoming
Achievement
wave.
unlocked. See you later, detonator. You know, it's kind of weird how all the achievements are translated to Dutch. I'm not sure what the added benefit of this is, but
Pump sequence 50%. Keep all systems running. We're done
I
in
don't...
no time.
Maybe there's a Dutch translation of the game itself as well.
Probably is, yeah.
They're usually not of very good quality, though.
Maybe you can make a contribution.
Perhaps.
Of course they are. Ah, bouncy bouncy. I hate these things.
Like, I actually remember seeing an achievement that had said something like, do X while you're intoxicated, meaning while you're drunk. And then the Dutch translation said while you're poisoned, but intoxicated is not poisoned, it's drunk. So, yeah. It's probably
so
because it has the word toxic in it.
So whoever translated that just made a literal translation. I mean, Even if you don't know the language, at least you can probably figure these things out. Oh, I'm just gonna repair this without actually killing anything.
Alright, let's repair. This bug to the left here is doing weird things.
Pipeline functional again. However, we still have malfunctions in the system. This pipeline is fixed, but there are more outstanding issues.
Outstanding.
Watch out! It could be a bit more reliable.
This is one of the major differences between the Scout and the other classes. The Scout does not have many area of effect things
True.
that do damage.
Pump sequence at 75%. Keep the pipelines running at all costs. Brace yourselves. There's a big group of incoming enemies. The pumps are working as fast as they can. Keep it up.
Well, you gotta pay for that mobility somehow, so that's why.
Yeah, if the scout could do basically everything, and it would be overpowered. Having some I can live with having limited combat abilities, considering how excellently he maneuvers around.
And the cargo rocket is fully
Yeah, play the class well enough and you'll basically never die. Sounds that can be said for just about any class, but
Yeah, but the scout is especially good at avoiding damage.
Ready to kill some more crates.
yes, I do love this rocket. Such good sound design. Hey.
I got the Glyphic Praetorian.
well done. Cargo rocket is returning to orbit.
You're just tossing him out like, or handing him out like candy.
I mean, it seemed appropriate at this time.
Those grenades are expensive. Seems you only get 2 of them with every resupply.
Oh, right. I was wondering why they were running out so quick.
Yeah, get many of them. But instead, they are incredibly powerful. They're not something you spend on like regular enemies, but you can instantly take out. I mean, sometimes we've been ambushed by probably 20 Mectera. Like a huge swarm of them, and I just toss a single grenade and they're all dead immediately, and that's the most satisfying thing.
Hello? See here. Let there be noise. Let the dogs How do I get good luck.
You want me to grab that before we go?
Oh, I mean, you're the one that needs the money. I too can grab it.
Yeah, I mean, why not, I guess. There really is no reason not to.
Hurry up! Drop pod is hanging around forever.
Good work. They're pulling it back in.
And there we go. Completed.
Yes, maybe now you can give your scoot some nice upgrades. Oh man, now that I've dropped my weapon strengths down to only 2 rows of updates or upgrades, they really do make a huge difference. Like the lack of an overclock, the lack of the tier upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
It has a pretty massive effect on your performance. Like the engineer shotgun feels wimpy right now.
It definitely does. I mean, whenever I played engineer, it always felt wimpy.
Honestly, it kind of is, but it has a ton of my ammo. I have... Okay, I actually have an overclock applied. Oops. Well, it's just gives me more ammo. Let's see. If you have any questions about tier upgrades, then just ask away. If there's anything you wanna... If anything has opened up.
Nothing new right now.
Oh, we should have had the beer. Huh.
I need one more level before more stuff opens up.
Alright. This time let's buy beer. Kind of forgot about it last time. This one gives you 30% extra HP, which would have helped.
That is a really great one, yeah. I mean, just straight up perfectly useful.
Yeah. Can opt for more damage instead of more ammo, I think. Yeah.
Maybe I should buy something to change my appearance now.
Maybe.
Does the suit always stay blue?
Nope.
How can you change the color?
At the wardrobe. Over here. Here's one I have.
Oh, I need a different paint job then, and I don't have that.
Exactly. Yeah, I can change to white. That looks fancy.
Well, at least I bought like an upgraded version of the armor. Oh, right. Oh, I should probably post in the Discord that we're streaming as well. I mean, I hope people would know at this point when I stream, but...
Yeah.
There we go. I have obnoxiously add everyone. And now, I guess we can go.
Come on, guys, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Damn, it's smelly in here. Guys, we gotta roll. Move it, guys. We're going planet side.
Nice dance.
It's not very cool when viewed from the outside. You don't hear the music. The music is all in my mind.
Suit up. Let's roll.
Let's see, how many eggs? 4. Suddenly you hear the gunner. It's nowhere to be seen, but it's speaking through the speakers, I guess.
Going after eggs this time. Alien eggs. Can't miss them. They're big and they glow.
Here we go. Bugs incoming.
Back alive.
Usually.
Sentry off. Be gone! Light
Oh
there!
no, it's all closed off. Never mind.
Looks like they're taking it easy on us now, but that just means they're gonna destroy us later down the line.
I made a platform.
Maybe.
Locked and loaded.
I'm just gonna pick a path. This
Let
seems as
there
good as
be
any.
light. Go Crusher! There's a Bulu cap here. I call for the mule. Light is up. Anyone needs ammo? There's nitro here.
Sometimes I spend some time mining just to knock down like 0.1 nitra. It's like, was that really worth it?
I typically clean the walls. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I just do it because it hurts the OCD not to, but I don't think it's very practically useful.
Sometimes that one nitra that you get out of it has saved the mission.
Swarm on a direct intercept course. Get
Oh, hey.
ready.
Okay, have you set up your sentries?
No, but I'll put it here, I guess. Bang, bang, bang.
Swarm,
It's the crappy unupgraded sentry. Oh, it does nothing. I mean, it does something, but yeah. At least it can fire in every direction. There's an upgrade for it that makes it so it has limited like FOV or whatever, and where it can only fire 4 in a cone.
Oh, right.
But it also gains a lot of more damage thanks to that. That's the trade-off. More damage, but it can't shoot in every direction. Worth it. It's all about positioning. Bang! Oh, sorry.
Scanners show the wave is thinning out. Take out the rest of them. Snap.
I never expect the ones that attack from above.
Oh, those. Also the ones that are responsible for, I think, the majority of my deaths. Because on Has 5 they destroy the entire shield plus some of your XP in one shot. It hurts.
Ouch.
Yeah, sometimes you can be revived by a teammate and then one shot by these guys because you have... yeah, because that's all it takes. You don't start with enough HP to survive one hit after getting revived. Which is... It's not very nice.
Yeah, revives can easily be undone.
Lighting up! Yeah. Reloading. I needed that.
This is a pretty nice place to come back to.
Supply pod launched. Better stand back.
Booyah! Die, monsters!
Ha!
Let there be light. Ready.
Go away.
Die like your mother did. I was. Oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah, the grappling hook still takes a little while to recharge, which is can be tough to deal with sometimes.
Yep.
Lighting up.
There are upgrades that can decrease the charge time at the cost of cable length and other perks.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Different uses, really. Sometimes I use the longest cable, sometimes I use the shortest. You just gotta adjust your, I don't know, expectations a bit, or how you play. Well, you can pop an egg if you see one. I'm gonna stay I'm gonna stay over here. Pick up some of these green things.
Lights up!
Jadis. Yeah.
We get back. It's sandwich time. Oh, I found some red sugar. Platform.
Out of ammo.
I am out of ammo, yes.
Weapon ready. Whack-a-mole. Open.
That's another scout issue.
Grabbing ammo.
Like with a gunner, you have thousands of rounds in your gun. With the scout, you have not a whole lot.
Yeah, you run out quite easily. Where's Molly?
I found the mule.
There. Hold down control, and you'll see her.
Oh, right, I keep forgetting useful stuff like that.
One sentry gun ready to be built. Sentry installed. Horn ready.
Let's see, the eggs are a ways off.
Take my pickaxe.
We are free from the oppressor. Light. Red
Two
sugar.
eggs are in the tunnel over here. You just grab those right away.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I couldn't see how to get to it. But I didn't go very far in.
Flares up.
Are they right next to one another? Yeah, you can just grab both at the same time. Do it.
Where's the other one?
Check the map. Should be like within 1 meter of it.
Okay, you can grab the other one. There's two, so you can grab the other one. Oh, well, I mean, Molly's right here. I guess I can do it too.
Yeah, I mean, no rush. Figured we would deal with these things first.
I was born ready. You could really go for a cold brew right now.
I'm so glad they dropped the friendly fire on that thing. The plasma bursters. Bursters. They used to hurt real bad.
Huh.
Felt better.
Yeah, he used to be like a proper teammate killer. And it would kill you too.
Vaporize it. Light is up.
Juicy. I like it when I see piles of enemies like this.
Got it right between them. Found a voodoo cat.
Oh, nice. There's the last one.
Supply plant requisitioned. Launching now.
And there's some gold here.
Getting supplies. And loaded really much better. Come in.
Thanks for all the platforms. Where's Molly? There she is. There she be. There we go.
Completed. Well done. Call the escape pod in when ready.
These waves are not that intimidating, are they? They don't even play the scary music and all that.
What?
Well, I thought when you pick up an egg, it calls in a wave, but it seems... Doesn't seem all that dangerous so far.
It's
Invest in some better equipment.
I can tell you the secret. When you have 4 eggs missions, then you get 1 egg will give you a random wave, or a random egg will give you a wave once.
Nicely done.
If it's 6 eggs, you can get 2 waves. If it's 8 eggs, you can get 3.
Oh. Huh.
So once you've gotten a wave, we got a wave from the first egg, then you won't get any more waves.
Huh.
That's how it works. I feel like it should be random every time. So even on an 8-egg mission, you could have like insanely bad luck and get like 8 waves. That would be incredible. Probably
what
kind
if-
of unbalanced.
What if every time you pick up an egg, the next time the chance increases?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So imagine like the first time it's like 10% chance and you already get a wave.
Drop pod.
Incredible. That would be very funny and unlucky.
Oh yeah.
Look!
Pew, 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 pew. That is
Drop pod has
very
arrived.
close.
Fuel has been called back. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Simple mission.
This one was really easy, yeah. Oh, that's fine too. Easy mission's good.
Over here by the marker boy.
Alright, and we can go.
Secured. Initiating launch sequence. You've got Galactic sanction for your good work. Drop pod will leave with or without you.
Oh, platform.
Oh, you! I was wondering what was happening. I thought for a second I was having like a serious lag spike, but no, this is just your platform.
Yep.
That wasn't enough to level up, sadly.
Oof. That's annoying.
So still no new upgrades.
Well, better save that cash for when the time comes.
Yep.
Or credits. That can only be spent within this company.
Seems fair. So yeah, I had my intro day at the.
Make it through.
Thinking of dropping this to Has 3 maybe.
Oh, I got an.
Nice.
Let's see, I got a new matrix core, supercooling chamber, unstable overclock.
Oh, you gotta... Can you even use the Forge at the moment?
Mission is ready.
I
available?
might be able to. I'll check. But yeah, so I had the intro day. It was kind of interesting because even though this is a game development education, we
Please don't kick the barrels into the launch.
we were doing. It was like a sports event to start out the year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're going back to school?
Yeah, I'm teaching again.
Oh yeah, that thing. I thought school was kind of teaching you.
No.
That's what I thought. Alright. Mm-hmm.
Dress up time!
So, what about it?
Well, we had the intro day. It went well. So that's basically it.
That's nice. First day at a new job is always very exciting, if you ask me. Depending on the job, of course, but if it's something you've been looking forward to, then yeah.
Yeah, although this is very different from how the work is gonna be. Like, this was just like an intro day where people do sports. Next time, we'll get into game development stuff proper.
Alright, so you started out with a bit of a... What is it? Like team building?
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, they have like the students play sports together and explore the city together, stuff like that. We actually had to call it early though because it was so hot and everyone was like dying of dehydration, so we had to
How
run
hot was
indoors
it?
and grab even more bottles of water.
How hot was it?
27 degrees, I think.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It is bad if if it's also zero clouds, bright sunshine, and doing it like since the early morning all the way into the afternoon uninterrupted. But yeah,
Yeah, staying outside... there's a beer here, by the way. Staying outside that long, you'd probably want to put on some sunscreen and then bring plenty to drink. Yeah. Super cooling chambers is an overclock for weapon you don't have yet, so...
Feel much better.
That's for the scout.
Yep. Well, I guess we'll see that when we see it. I just forged a beard. Not because I need it, but because it increased my mastery and does new recipes for the forge.
Oh, right.
Which is good. I am now level 2 forge mastery, finally. Is forge mastery shared between all characters, or is that per character as well?
That's shared.
Okay, good. Good.
No more Mr. Dice. Let's leave.
Drop sequence
Actually,
initiating.
I feel like I need to check out my turret. Because I feel like... Yeah, on all my weapons I have 2 upgrades. I feel like on the turret I should have 2 as well. More ammo would be nice. I'm gonna go with 2 turrets
Rock and
actually.
stone.
Platform gun, yeah, I'm gonna go with the 2nd tier upgrade too.
Get ready to rumble. Get on board. We're about to leave. Is this so fun? I ain't got all day. Let's leave.
Let's
Yeah.
try this on House 4. Might be too much, but we'll see.
We'll see.
It's
But yeah, it was just fun to see the colleagues again and all that. So yeah,
Could you repeat that?
it was nice to see like the colleagues again from the school.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm excited to see where it all leads. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's nice.
I hate
Oh, I need to
this
apply for
damn
jobs again. I don't very much feel like it. I'm trying to look for some, but it's nothing really good out there. So you kind of have to apply for stuff you don't want.
Ah, yeah, that's always a rough position.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wait until something more ideal comes up.
I have to apply for stuff to fill a quota.
I know, but
begin
like the ones you're really gonna.
Try not to mess it up like your former colleagues.
Obviously, I'm gonna aim for stuff I really want. Because I really want it.
Yeah, I basically I'm just hoping that you can apply to at least a few things that you really do want, and that it's not all like to fill that quota that you arbitrarily have to fill.
Indeed.
Light is up.
We'll see what comes along. It's no one knows. You just gotta keep checking daily.
Well, I am keeping my fingers crossed for the best. Hopefully you'll find something good.
Thank you.
I'm not one of them. Baby.
Exploder is not a good what is a warning to have on this mission type.
Indeed. Okay, so this is one of those salvaging things where we need to pick up the legs, or?
Yes, and it's the long version, and this has 4, which might be overkill.
Flares up.
We shall
Well,
see.
if we succeed, we'll probably get a lot of EXP.
Time to find Molly.
Yes. If we fail, we'll have spent 40 minutes on this mission.
Okay, well, we'd better make sure that doesn't happen then.
Light
I'm just running ahead, by the
When
way.
it comes time to defend the uplinks and such, I guess spare no expense. This is a good mission type for IFG grenades, actually.
Uplink here.
However, when using
Time to phone home.
the cryo grenades,
I die a little inside every
2 cryo grenades in quick succession will freeze your teammates as well, so be careful.
Oh, right, I did notice that it hurts me too when I throw them. A little. Like, at least it raises the cold meter.
Oh, this has the potential to be a really good spot for this. It's right inside this tunnel. It could be either terrible or great. It's like...
Yeah, the everlasting problem is we're bottlenecked, but they're bottlenecked too. And they need to come at us, so I think if you do some magic with the platforms, we could...
I'm thinking of simply sealing the tunnel.
Yeah, basically.
One way.
That's what I mean.
However, if they spawn a bulk detonator at you, then you have a problem. That thing will simply dig straight for you. And... yeah, if one of those things spawn, then what you're gonna do then is figure out who is it going for, and then that person needs to leave the circle.
born ready.
Exploder!
Ouch, that was half my health.
They
I was trying to kill the spawner in distance there to prevent it from escalating.
Those things, if you're cornered by an exploder, like if it's just one, and it's hissing at you, you can shoot it in the face, and you'll kill it without setting it off.
Okay, I'll try that, but I probably won't have the presence of mind when the time comes.
No, you really gotta stay calm to deal with those.
I have never been calm in my entire life. Oh. I just did something insanely stupid. Namely, I threw the missing leg, even though I was right next to the thing. That hurts a bit. Can you help me out with some platforms, perchance?
You can toss it to me, I think. Pass.
There's 2 legs here. There we go.
Getting attacked by stuff.
Yeah, careful. Exploders up above you.
Bother.
You can't use the can't use the grappling hook while carrying stuff, right?
No, that would be horrendously overpowered. Jeez! They sure are throwing a lot of stuff our way.
This place is almost nice compared to last time.
What's the button for...
For what?
Sorry, I got distracted by the Praetorian. What's the button for calling supplies? Because I need them.
5. Call the supplies close to the uplink. Preferably in the tunnel away from the uplink. Like, or away from the pod.
I'm gonna die, so that's not gonna happen right now, I'm afraid.
In that case, just call it. You should probably kill that thing, though.
Yeah, this is one problem I had. I remember in an earlier stream, like, remember when like a larger streamer like raided the channel and a lot of people came to watch? That was fun, and they all said I don't move enough, which is true.
At least we don't have to haul all these minerals around ourselves.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the
Nothing
way.
needs to die.
Supply pod is here. Everybody connect ammunition.
Were you able to attach a couple of the legs, or has it been too busy with all the enemies?
It's been way too busy.
Lock and load it.
Secondary objective completed. Make it home to collect your bonus.
I too need to collect ammo.
Die, creep. Yeah. Over here by the mark.
So whenever you get... Right.
I'm
So
throwing one
whenever-
up there. Can you grab it?
Hold on. Yeah. Fell down the other side, and now we have these
Yeah.
things here.
Well, I threw it and then you said hold on, so I was a bit too late there.
Yep. We need to deal with this. It's just keep tossing ankle biters at us.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
The exploders got me when I tried to grab another leg. You ever just get exploded when you're out in the street?
Freeze, creep. Weapon ready. Need help with this?
I'll toss you the final leg. I think.
Keep me covered. Got my hands full here.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Let's get them to kill me.
Alright, let's repair this little guy.
Yes. Destroy them.
And then kill that.
Good work.
'Cause that thing is so annoying. Alright, come here, bugs.
Alright, well, we have one of the mules. I forgot to light the area again.
Sometimes I wonder if mining is all there is to life.
Yeah,
Then
if you
I
want
punch
platforms, you gotta like the area.
Let there be life. I can't carry anymore. Ollie, over here. What's the moving turd? Mining is hard work. Good thing we're dual.
Ugh. Oh, there's Nitro.
Found some nitro. Back wall.
Wow, I only just barely got out of that.
That one's nice. Flares up. Anyone needs ammo? There's nitro here.
I'm gonna go for this one. Oh, come on. More of these things. Of course.
I'm gonna... probably gonna get knocked down in a bit.
Yeah, but my weapon sucks
carry a load
for
well,
shooting those
Molly.
things.
Red sugar. Yeah, what's the spitballer? Locked and loaded.
You can shoot their projectiles.
Lights up! Be gone! I think we're actually doing alright so far.
Let's grab some gold while we're at it. Yum yum yum.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can scan for missing legs too. That's like a new feature. Like not new as of last time we played, but I think it's new for you.
Oh yeah,
Simply hold
I
E.
think you need to... it used to be you needed to stand on top of it and then you could see them on the map. But that would disappear again.
My terrain scanner.
But now they're permanently on the terrain scanner then?
Yeah.
Suppose I appreciate that.
That's a definite improvement. Oh, and then they begin to beep in a bit of like light too.
Take it out!
Exploders behind you.
They thought they had me. Okay, that one did have me.
There's a leg up here. That's best. That's yours.
I found a mini mule leg. I've got a part for the mini mule here.
Oh.
Watch and learn.
I appreciate the attempt.
Just grapple at this thing.
Which thing?
Never mind. You can find your own way up, I guess.
Looks like someone lost a leg.
Oh, you fell through again.
As you can see, very good expert level scout.
With me! Mark!
Hit another spawn. Ah, just.
There you go.
I'm not scared of you!
Oh, that-
Better than flying.
Okay, I just successfully escaped an explosion with a grappling hook. Good stuff. Learning slowly.
it's a start.
New operational. Well done.
I'm gonna check out the side tunnel. Oh wait. Inner pearl here.
Light! The hot potato! Move your tin ass ass over here and hurry, please. Red sugar will make you feel better. Never felt better.
I wonder what red sugar tastes like.
I don't know.
Oh, I panicked. I panicked at one of the mini mules and threw a grenade at it. I thought for a second it was an enemy. Like I just saw a green leg in front of my screen. I was like, ooh! This is what 5 hours of sleep does to you.
Oh yeah.
That ain't enough.
Indeed, it was going to bed. So basically, I usually go to bed at around 2 a.m. on work days. But this time I had to get up at 6:30, which means the ideal time would be 10:30. But that was never gonna work with a 4-hour disparity. So I tried to go in the middle and tried to go for 12, but yeah, didn't go well. And also mosquitoes, those god-forsaken, horrific creatures.
Yeah, having mosquitoes in your... I can't sleep with even a single one of them in the room.
Yeah, I had to, like, twice. I did eventually succeed, but twice I just had to get out of bed and just look for them until I found them. I hit you with the flare, sorry. Oh. For some reason... Okay, can I order some supplies?
We still have a supply pod over there. You should grab those. In fact, I'll go and do that. Do the same because I'm low on ammo. Calling one down here would be very dumb.
Right. Where was the remaining one?
Here. I think we're gonna plug this hole like part way. There we go, so I don't have to use that many platforms to close it. Right, there's a tunnel nearby that I think you're gonna have to explore.
I'm gonna have to do it?
Down it goes.
Which tunnel is that?
It's easier that way. Actually, I can get there too. It's up here. Guess I'll join you.
Never felt better.
Oh, there it is.
Attention. Lights up. Weapons ready. That's great. I got the lighting. Ready to begin.
You need to grapple out of there. Ow.
Indeed.
This is thirsty water. Oh, Uncard balls, this is heavy. Tin Can is surely hungry today. Down the hatch.
We have a ton of nitra, at least. That's encouraging.
Oh yeah.
We should be able to set up a lot of resupplies
Hey.
for the final bit.
Go
I'm
away.
glad we have someone to carry our rocks and stone.
Yeah, that thing can try and grab me with 2 towers here.
Coordinates downloaded to scan.
Ha.
Maybe we're not gonna die after all. Focus fire. Watch it. Glyphic Praetorian eliminate. Lighting up. Stuck on this, you freak of nature.
Right, the legs
Right.
locations are not that great.
No, they're not great at all, actually. You might have to carry them all the way around. Or we just dig a tunnel. It's interesting that one of them is on top of the drop pod. It's just kind of here.
Can you mark the mini mule for me? If you're near it. Because I'm a bit lost.
It's by Molly. If you bring one leg and I bring one leg, then we should have enough.
I'm getting attacked by many enemies here. Okay, there's like 3 legs here. All next to each other now, thanks to me, but... not actually near the thing, so...
Should be able to get these up to the platforms I made. Yeah, I know where to take this.
Now I know how Molly must feel. Support, please!
Oh, I fell. Dang it.
I genuinely don't know what happened there. It seems like I just bounced off the wall with the leg.
Of course they had to spawn these things now. Yeah. Tough guy.
Let's stick together, bro.
Thank you.
Oppressor on the move!
I'm
not
stuck in
even
here
gonna
with an
bother with this
oppressor,
guy.
by the way. I'm feeling very oppressed right about now.
You can grapple away. I'm not even gonna bother
Good
with that guy.
point, good point. Grappling, right.
Ah, am I gonna fall again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that keeps
I did.
happening, doesn't it? Let
Yeah,
me...
Yeah, that was that particular edge was kind of dumb. Yeah, yeah, that's 3 grenades. Those don't stay frozen for very long at all.
Okay,
hey,
I am
now
messing
we
up
know.
here. Do you have the iron will thing? You don't need to use it, but I need to...
Get out of there.
Yeah, I need to...
Should probably heal, or if not, then be careful.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
Problem with these guys is that they can kind of punch through the iron will thing. When you're resupplying and these guys come and knock on your door, they can knock you away from the resupply, and then you run out of time and you die. Anyways, I don't even want to use iron will near these things unless I have to.
Tons of exploders all around.
Yep.
Okay, managed to escape somehow. With the grapple. Okay, now I can finally revive you. Sorry about that.
Need a hand here.
I had to order some resupplies to get through that, so we should capitalize on the situation, I suppose.
Yeah, that's alright. We have 3 more. Oh, we're just gotta make sure to finish the mission. We've already... Oh, we haven't spent that much time on it. Now then, this freaking leg. You're coming with me.
Let's see, where are the other legs?
We just need this one. Hopefully I won't fall this time. I'm not sure why I fell like twice.
Yeah, I had that too. Like, I bumped into the wall and he automatically threw it.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah.
Alright, I see the problem. Oh, jeez.
you might need to use your platform, like make a different path with your platforms rather.
Yeah, I just need one more platform. Up there. Like I keep bumping into like this row of this here.
Look over
That.
here.
When I jump, I kind of hit my head on that and then bounce out into the void.
Right.
There we go. What a headache.
Indeed. But we got it.
Mule is functional again. Great work.
Ah, there we go. Molly, please. There we go.
Molly, please!
The mules are heading back. Follow them and let's get that drop pod fixed. Remember, you can always deposit on the side of the drop pod.
Okay, so which way are we going now?
Over here.
Oh, right, the uplink, the uplink.
Use a hand here.
Yep.
All mules are secured.
So
Let's get
in
the pod working.
here,
First, establishing a
down
pod
one of these
connection
here.
between the pod and the space rig. Set up the uplink.
Ready to use.
Stand back. Supply pod inbound.
So you're just gonna block the whole thing off?
Resupply arrived.
Yep.
Sounds like a perfect strategy, to be honest.
I'm doing it. I heard them on the other side. They wanted to crawl through. And then I'm gonna close this too. Then, dual towers here for turrets. Every little bit helps. No, they're gonna come from just one direction, and there could be a lot of them. So, spare no expense. Obviously, don't toss all your grenades at once, but if an oppressor shows up, you need to get behind it. It's invulnerable from the front.
Right. So what you're saying is randomly throw my grenades when I see one of the mini mules appear on my screen?
Uplink ready. Triangulation initiated. Do not lock
Triangulation.
or we will lose the connection. We only got one shot at this.
Oh no. Oh dear, oh no. This is bad.
What's going on?
We're gonna have to leave.
Yes, I should have, yes.
Return to the triangulation zone. We're losing your connection.
I don't even know if this is doable anymore.
You're jeopardizing the mission. Get back to the triangulation zone.
Do I need to iron will this?
Need to stay inside the triangulation zone.
You don't have enough.
Back in there.
With just the basic iron will, you don't have enough time to. You might be able to kill it and then come back.
Please get back into the triangulation zone.
Yeah, shut up.
Completely losing your signal.
Getting more ammo.
Return to the triangulation zone. We're
Oh,
losing
come
your
on.
connection. You need
I was
to stay
resupplying.
inside the triangulation zone. Get back in there.
Can you
Yeah.
get back in?
No.
Please get back into the triangulation zone. We risk completely losing your signal. Uplink triangulation has failed. That's it. We're writing this one off as a loss. Pleasure working with you. Goodbye.
Pleasure work. And then they're just gonna leave you down here. Yeah, that was the worst possible thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, I really need to upgrade that iron will thing because it's useless as it is.
Kind of is, yeah. I mean, if paired with the vampire perk, then you can self-res by simply killing one enemy with your pickaxe, but unless you've upgraded the iron will twice, I believe, then there's not enough time to resupply and resurrect yourself that way. I think IFG grenades is the better choice here because that would have been, I think, able to stop the detonator better. Yeah, that was maximum, like, that was such bad luck. Let's drop that to Has 3 and get it over with.
The mission is ready. The pod is prepped. Get on board the drop pod.
Yeah. It's only 2 this time, so we can get it done faster. Let's try to speedrun this one.
Perk obtained.
Okay, I have Vampire and Iron Will now, so we'll see if I can make it work.
Yep.
I ain't got all day. What are you waiting for? Let's
Sequence initiating.
No decent beers this time.
Tragic. Yeah, supposedly it's gonna be even hotter tomorrow over here.
Yeah, tomorrow, same here actually. We're getting sunshine and 23 degrees tomorrow, which is pretty... It's a lot for September.
Yeah, you'd expect the summer to be winding down, but it feels like it's just getting started.
Oh, this is very nice because I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna go on one of those
This is a salvage mission.
trips again on the ATV, and I'm gonna scout out a potential campsite for the weekend. I'm gonna going camping with some of my friends.
Pod operational.
Right.
To base. Expect heavy
So I'm
infestations.
just gonna have a drive around and see what I can find. And it's so much more enjoyable if the weather is great.
Indeed.
.23 I find is a decent temperature. It's like it's not overwhelming like it was back when it was like 30.
Yeah, 23 is
Kind of
just
hated
good.
that.
23 is just good. Warm, but not like hot.
Yeah, I got seriously tired of the hot weather
let there be
a
light.
good while ago, actually.
I have really, I used to think summer was my favorite season, but my current work has really changed my mind on that. I've really learned to appreciate the milder seasons, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when it was hottest, it was almost unbearable at work. Like, I got headaches from the
Oopsie doopsie.
fluid loss,
Didn't learn.
the constant sweating. I've never sweated that much in my life. Like, I had beads of sweat running down my legs, between all the leg hairs, and it felt wrong.
Yeah, I think, wasn't that 2 summers ago when it got really insanely hot? When was that? Or was that last year?
I don't know.
Well, either way, I had a summer vacation like right in the hottest time of the year, and it wasn't a vacation at all. Like I just sat feeling miserable all day, every day. And when the vacation, quote unquote, was done, I felt even more tired than when I began. That's how hot it was.
Ugh,
Just ruined
sucks.
my energy completely.
Yeah, it's only gonna get worse. Climate change.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get bad too quickly, or else this entire country is going to
I'm
sink.
having the best time in my life right now.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that could actually happen.
Oh yeah, half of it is below sea level after all.
Lighting.
But at least then you can't do what the rest of the world is doing, and that's basically la la la. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, let's just put all these investment into green energy and CO2 reduction and such. Just put that off for a couple of more years.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of pretending
can't
there's
slack
no
off.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. You could argue it's the same. Take this. You could argue it's the same in Sweden because the Gulf Stream could reverse or stop completely, and then suddenly we would have. Oof, we would have Arctic winters over here, or like Siberian winters, which
It's a mystery to me how all these minerals fit inside.
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that's kind of scary to think about. I mean, I like a crisp winter as much as the next guy, but preferably not, you know, ice age levels.
Yeah. Oh, I love seeing loot bugs explode like that.
Let there be light.
Pop the loop. Let's get them in.
Born ready.
Well, the secondary objective is going quite well, at least.
Loot bug eliminated. I got the deposit.
Well done. Secondary objective completed.
Found some nitro. Light is up. Where is
I got this one. You can just go grab the nitro. Just look for my platforms. Bugs. Oh, come on.
Bags full. Can't carry anymore.
Hopefully the mission won't be a dick again. Not this time. You'll know bulk detonators are part of these. How do I explain this? Whenever you start a new mission, the mission is assigned like a kind of spawn pool, so you only get a specific set of enemy or a combination of enemies that spawn throughout the mission. And so every time something new spawns, it will choose from that pool, and everything has a specific value. So if you get a bulk detonator, then those cost a lot, and you get a lot less of everything else if you get one of those, obviously. And
Right, that makes sense.
there's always a good chance that you'll see at least one at some point in the mission. But in our mission, we didn't even see it a single time, so it never kind of entered our mind that we might get one. Although I did mention that, you know, it's a possibility.
Yeah,
But I didn't-
we also had that exploder infestation thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know whether if that increases the chance of getting a bulk or not. But it was, yeah, we just kind of got a bulk detonator out of the blue.
Oh well.
Oh, they suddenly keep you on your toes.
That they do.
That they are one of the worst things you can encounter when you're doing salvage missions. You really have to act fast. And if it's in a tunnel like that, then it's a horrible spot to meet one.
Light.
Alright, I'm gonna get the second one here. Fortunately, all three legs kind of spawned right next to it.
The game is taking pity on us after the last mission.
Oh yeah. We're good on Nitro too, so I feel like we should just go for it.
Yeah.
Get this over with.
Well done. The mule is working again.
Oh man, a dude I follow on YouTube made a video earlier today about how Bitcoin smashed through 51,000, 52, 53,000 and was well on its way to... It was in a really good spot to push even higher. Right after he released that one, well, this happened.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So
yeah,
sudden.
the video did not age well, and now he's made another one that is titled "This Could Change for Everything," but I mean, he uses clickbait in every single video. I'm subscribed to him because he uses humor to deliver his analysis. So, that's what kept me on board.
That makes sense.
I typically don't like clickbait. There are a few channels I'm subscribed to that use it more and more, and it's... Ooh, I don't like it.
Air's kinda heavy
Let's go.
down here today. I ordered a resupply.
supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
Where do I plop down the turrets?
But yeah, there's a particular kind of YouTube thumbnail that started to really get my goat. Like, like when there's like an arrow with a curve pointing towards something, and it's like with like a big provocative word or statement.
Yeah, or like an O face on.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. Like, if there's one thing that makes me want to punch a video, it's when a YouTuber uses like that liquefy filter in Photoshop to paint on like a ridiculous smile on their face. It's like, okay, you learned what liquefy in Photoshop does. Good job.
Watch and learn. See here.
Yeah, there's a lot to hate out there. Yeah, let's do this.
Alright, shall we go for it? Okay.
Do you have IFG grenades this time?
Oh no, I totally forgot.
Ah, that's fine. This is way more open anyways. But if we get a detonator, we need to split up, and whoever it's going for, it does pick a target, and then it follows that dwarf for like 30 seconds at least.
Right,
If it's obviously going for one or the other, then we need to split up.
Hey, hold on, kid, wait.
Reloading.
Triangulation at 50%.
Right there! Come and get me, you disgusting bug! Warden! Shoot that
Hate those things.
on the back of it!
Die.
Lifted Warden is history!
Jordan down. Now kill the rest of them.
Man, it was so disappointing last mission, because we got pretty close to filling the bar.
Shoot it.
Yeah, we did. And I got really close to killing the thing. I figured I would be able to kill it and then return to the circle. Then it would be an uphill battle from there, but just didn't have the time. I feel like the bar drops way too fast when you leave it.
Remote control reestablished. Stand by, sitting in fresh fuel cells for the drop pod.
And then it's like, oh, pleasure working with you. Goodbye. And that kind of implies that they leave you down here to die. That is horrible.
Yeah, well, that's that's how they do, apparently.
Yeah, this is a write-off, including your lives. Oh, right. Jerk.
Loud. Ready to kill some more crates.
Fuel cells arrived. Connect them to the drop pod by dragging out the charge cable.
Like, how much are we really worth to them?
Platform. I was born ready.
I'm gonna remove this. It's in my way.
Where do these things attach? Oh,
Look for a green thing.
okay, I was going towards the blue thing. Whoops.
Weapon ready. Smooth.
There we go.
Fuel cells connected to drop pod. Prepare the fuel cells for charge sequence.
Ah, these things.
Supply pod launched. Better stand back.
One sensor gun ready to be built. Time to restock. Rock and roll.
Do this. I always do this because I like being able to step over it. And once it's up and running, I can just fill in the gaps.
Fuel cells charging.
Like
Stay
so.
close to keep them operational. We're expecting an increase in hostiles.
I just like being able to shoot past it.
Makes sense, yep.
Watch and learn. Take it out.
Fuel cells at 50%.
Watch out. Plasma. Hit you. Yeah. Like that. Plasma destroyed. I was born with lights up.
Yeah, this was a lot easier.
Yep. Fortunate. I mean, the lack of exploders helps a lot, to be honest.
Almost there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's has 3. Kind of forgot about that.
Reloaded. Yeah.
Fuel cells fully charged. Drop pod engine powering up. Hold your ground. We're almost ready to pull you and the goods out.
Get some. Ready to kill some more straight.
Man, it's a whole procedure. I forgot how many steps there were to this uplink thing.
Just the 2.
I mean, you have to find the mules, find the legs, attach the legs, repair the mules, go to the uplink thing, repair that,
Onboard mainframe.
stay near the uplink thing, attach the fuel cell, stay near the fuel cell. No, it's a pretty complicated process.
Yeah, I guess.
Taking some of the ammo.
Well, it's not that complicated, but it's more complicated than other missions, basically.
We'll see if the new mission type they add is gonna be even more complicated. So far, no one really knows anything except for a few keywords. Or like a rumor.
Right? Well, I'm curious, what are they adding? What do people think they're adding, anyway?
It's not been verified, but it's something underground robotics facility.
Oh,
I have no idea what that could mean.
maybe something involving the mules again, then?
Oh, I don't know.
Thrusters calibrated.
Is this safe?
Drop pod powered up and ready to leave. It's time to bring it all home. Get on board. We're leaving with or without you.
Yay.
Good work. We're pulling you back in.
Okay, very nice. Should be level 8 now for sure. And that means upgrades.
Yep. Alright.
Assignment mission completed.
Easy peasy.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Gun stability, damage, or high capacity magazine. I think I ran out of bullets a lot, so maybe high capacity magazine is good.
It's that third row.
Yep.
I mean, don't you have expanded ammo on the second row?
Oh yeah, as well. I actually increased the damage there. I'll switch
Just
to
the
that
mod
one.
I needed.
That's 100 extra ammo. Then you could take. I suppose you could take. I mean, 15 damage for the GK2 is good. I'd say what you pick on the third row is entirely up to you. They are all good in their own right. I feel
Alright.
like the last two rows are the ones that really make a huge difference in how the gun is used, actually. Whereas the third row is basically life, like, what is it, quality of life stuff.
Alright, I'll see how it goes with just a ton of ammo for now. And if I find that the damage is lacking, then I'll switch maybe.
Yeah.
So can we take a drone with us, or is that exclusively for one player?
One player.
Right. Would have been nice if we could fill the 2 spots with at least a drone.
Yeah. Can you upgrade anything else? Like the
Nope.
shotgun?
I could have, but I don't have the money.
Alright. Money is an issue. I'll do has 3 on
Drop
this one
pod
as
is
well.
ready. Time to leave.
Keep it coming, Lloyd. Damn, that's unfortunate.
Alright, I am pretty tired after this this day, so I think I'm gonna do this mission and then maybe chill out for the rest of the night.
Sure. It's already 9, or past 9.
Yeah, exactly. But I did want to get some games in, because it is fun.
Initiating. Fasten your seatbelts.
Just falling asleep at the wheel, which is not good.
Come on, you lazy bastards. We've got a job to do.
Ah, dang it! My timing is off. Yeah, this game requires focus. Then on Has 4 and 5, it requires almost near constant movement.
Yep. First mission went really badly. I started picking up a bit, but yeah, it's
We're doing this one on a Has 3 as well, so it should be pretty. It is 10 quarks after all, so.
oh right. I always get worried that we're not gonna be able to find the last few when it comes to quarks.
They're always out there.
Yeah, it has the potential to be really easy or really tough, or that's what it feels like anyway.
Let there be light.
The scanners have picked up a massive deposit.
Can you do a... yeah, thank you. I didn't even have to ask. Thank you, thank you.
We're picking up extreme biosigns in the area, so keep it snappy. The quarks can be extracted from the walls. Search for a blue shimmering light. Get it done, team.
Be gone. Yeah.
Oh, it's up there.
I
Should be able to
I
walk
dropped it,
there.
but then I also fell. Ouch. Oh yeah, there's like an explosive guts modifier. So
Yes.
that's a thing.
Just gotta be careful, it hurts you too. Just gonna create a cheese bridge over here. Bit excessive, but
I'm just throwing down a quarks where I find them.
Lights up. Light.
that should make life a lot easier.
Flares up.
Haven't really seen much in the way of good stuff. I'm completely blanking on the name, but the ammo
Nitro.
Nitra, yeah. Even though that's basically the most common thing, I totally forgot the word.
It happens.
Clearly going well with the brain.
Watch and learn. Lighting.
No, I haven't seen much of it. It's probably a lot in the room over here.
I found another one.
Another day at the office. I'll make it. Like that. Light is up.
Oh. Huh. Game crashed.
Oh, the game... Did the game crash? On your side
Yeah.
too?
It did. Yeah. It
Well-
happens.
Well, multiplayer session ended.
Yeah. In that case, I guess that's it for now.
Yeah, unless you
What's tonight?
wanted to do another mission. I still have time for one, I guess.
Let's see if I can get it closed properly. It's still... I got a frozen screen over here.
Okay, the game... like, the server crashed, but the game is still running properly on my end.
Yeah, it crashed on my end. And it happens every now and then for me. I don't know. Some updates seem to be less stable than others. And it's so random too. It's like nothing is happening in the mission, and you're just kind of just walking about. You kill an enemy left or right, and crash.
Kinda disappointing.
Yeah. You can join me now. I mean, if it crashed on your end, then at least then you'd be able to rejoin instantly. It kind of when you start the game, it asks you like rejoin. Oh well. Maybe I can apply an overclock that'll speed things up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see what I mean. It's one of... actually no, I won't do that. I shouldn't spoil these things.
Hmm.
There are some pretty dang amazing overclocks out there in the game.
I believe it. I think I have like one for a character I don't use, and one for the scout that I have for a weapon that I don't have. So yeah.
Yeah. There are many overclocks in the game. Like, I think it's... yeah. It's like almost 100 of them. Some of them are like minor stat changes, like straight upgrades. Some of them change the weapons completely.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see. You'll see. That's where I want to get you guys, so you can finally craft the overclocks, because that's like the fun part. Or
Mm-hmm.
most
Yeah,
fun part.
at that point you really make the character your own, I guess. Which is what I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to as well. Yeah.
Remember, leave no one behind.
Our scanners have picked up a massive deposit of a quark.
That's fortunate.
Alongside a heavily armed lifter to get as many out as
That's very
possible.
fortunate.
We're picking up extreme biosigns in the area, so keep it snappy. A quark
That's like
is
one.
from the walls. Search for a blue shimmering light. Get it done, team.
It's a very fortunate spawn here.
Hmm.
Let's see, how many quarks we got right next to the minehead? So far I'm up to 4. Yeah, 4 on this side.
pretty convenient.
Yeah. There's actually 6 near the mine. Yeah, 6 near the mine head. Oh, there's even more. Jeez. You've already put 2 in the mine head as well. Oh, you're putting them in now. Okay.
I'm wondering if
Here's
fighting
another.
bugs and moving dirt is the best way to make a living.
Okay, that's 2 now. That's basically half of it down.
More. Here you go. 6. 7. How nice.
It seems after things go wrong, the next mission is always easier. Do we want to bother with the gunk seeds, or?
It gives extra. I mean, it's one of those that those take time to find, so I kind of feel that we decide. It just depends on how they spawn. Is all.
Take off.
I mean, I guess if we... I mean, I see several of them nearby, so...
Yeah.
Down the hatch.
I'll see if I can find the last corpse.
Aye aye.
Got 1 here. May even be 2 actually. No, it's just the 1.
Lighting up. Light.
Oh, here's the last one. Good.
Okay, we have 4 gunk seeds, that's including the ones you found, so... 2/3 left. I guess we can try.
Here's 2. 3.
Oh yeah. Down the hatch. Dangly gun seat up there.
Swarm, it's a big one, team.
Oh, it was going too well, apparently.
Open.
Last a quark.
One down.
So that's 8
Well done,
gunk
you got
seeds.
them all. Get the launch controls to return the minehead. We'll send in the escape pod.
Let there be light.
Actually, I shouldn't have ordered that. There's an achievement for not ordering one of those during a mission. Ah, we'll just get that later. Then again, achievements don't count towards anything in the game anyways.
Yeah, well, bragging rights are nice, I guess. But yeah, it's...
Yeah, internet points.
Grabbing ammo.
Hooray.
Yes, increase your gamer score on Xbox Live.
Yeah, I used to be about that. I mean, it works. It gives you some kind of pointless incentive to just keep playing the games.
I do like achievements as an idea, but yeah. I don't know if it's something to boast with. I guess some achievements are, but like nowadays, I sound like an old man. But a lot of achievements are just, you know, do X thing that you inevitably are gonna do when you play this game.
Yeah, now we have games like Payday 2. I think that game has like 1,200 achievements in it, and that's like, no,
Lighting up!
no,
Mm-hmm. It's a bit
it's
much.
too many.
Light!
A bit, yeah.
To put it mildly, of course.
Oh, got another gang seed right there. And another one here,
Light is up!
and another one there. So that's 3. Oh, lost helmet. Yeah, let's grab that.
Oh, should
That's
I grab
good
that too? Where is it?
Oh no, I added to the terrain scanner, and then you have to find the lost gear.
I actually
Oh.
think we're gonna
And
make it.
it's, you can see it on this on the screen.
Where?
Check the terrain scanner. It's a purple dot.
Oh, that's ages away, but I guess we can do it. Are you going to grab it as well?
It won't give me anything, so no.
But I will get something for it?
Yes, yeah. I've already unlocked all the cosmetics and such, so it will just display a message like, haha, good work.
That's kind of anticlimactic. I'm trying to figure out exactly where to go, but I keep getting harassed by these bugs. It's just like when I try to sleep.
Flares up!
You can just dig straight to it. Didn't look too far away. Like it wasn't like it seems like there's a pretty thin wall you can punch through over there. I'll work on the ceiling balls, which just so happen to be Harry.
Haha.
Secondary objective completed.
Ah,
Now
finally.
finish the job.
Right. Coming to help. Take that.
Driller is the only class I really haven't done much with. But I wonder if perhaps that is my true calling. Because when I'm batting at a wall like this, I'm thinking, wow, it would be nice to be a driller right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is the second most mobile class in the game. You can just point in the direction and go there, and kind of like the scout. Now then, directly below here.
Oh yeah! Wonder what happened here. Lock and loaded.
All right.
Okay, Colossus. I don't know what it is, but it's for the driller.
All right. Very subtle message there.
Oh, I died, by the way.
No, I'm gonna do this.
Lock and load.
Oh, of course.
Okay, but I am dying out here.
Pod will arrive when minehead has been secured. Hang in there.
I'm coming. Figure we just save some time by activating that. Do you require a grenade in your face? Nope. Just
Next round is on my
Thank you.
Watch the plasma! Cold shoulder reaction! Ready! Who's gonna protect you now, we coming!
Where do we need to go?
hole over here.
Oh, I totally didn't see that anymore.
Friendly! Plasma!
Alright, there we go.
Getting more ammo.
Stand
Oh,
back.
there.
Supply pod inbound.
Getting supply. Sweet.
Okay, nice. Yeah, now that the intro day is over, I'm going to have a short quote-unquote vacation. Which is... I still have to do freelance stuff, but at least I won't have to go outside. Hey!
Hey.
Try top down.
Well, I mean, if it's now it's nice outside, then
Like that.
I know I'm gonna make use of it. Take the thing for a proper spin. Eat grenades.
Drop pod en route. Hang in there.
Besides, I have a reason to do it. I need to find a good campsite that is not one of the old ones. Even though we haven't been to the old ones in years, still want to see something new.
That makes sense.
Drop pod has arrived. Clock is ticking. All up to you, team.
It's up here.
I found some barley balls.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
How did I miss this?
Born ready.
Where'd you go? Oh, you're digging.
Yeah, I'm just...
Race you there.
Sure.
If the drop pod
I win.
Ah.
really right good kicking, slam the dust till it purrs like bacon. Go on.
Not by much.
One for the books. Retrieving escape pod.
But we did it. Very good.
We rock.
Yeah. That was way easier.
And it also
Ugh.
helps that the game didn't crash.
Yeah.
There we go. Level 9, one more level, and I'll be able to buy even more upgrades.
Yay. Well, it ain't too late, so I'm gonna stay up for a bit longer. Although I'm tired as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna go right to sleep. I'm gonna just chill out for a bit, I
Getting
think.
closer to completing your assignment.
Well, we made some progress.
That we did.
If we want to make fast progress, we should keep an eye out for the double XP missions, and not you just you don't always have to do the assignments. You can do the, I mean, you can grind if you want.
Right. I guess we'll see. For now, I'll just work on this assignment and unlock stuff, and
Yeah, maybe
after
split it up,
it
like-
feels like things are kind of settled into a place where I have most of the unlocks I want, we'll just go straight into leveling hardcore, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, then I'll be closing the game and seeing if it survives this.
Ah,
Oh no! How could you do this?
haha! I closed it before you did.
Oh well.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Well,
There's this fire alarm in the outside my main door, the staircase, very top of the stairs over here, top floor, in the ceiling. It beeps all day and all night, and it's like this shrill, super loud beep, and it's because it's running out of juice. So it's kind of like telling you replace the battery, every 30 seconds, all day, all night, and it's so annoying because I can hear it when I sleep.
oh yeah, that's awful. The beeping noise is not the greatest.
Yeah, I feel like smashing that thing, or at least just kind of like putting or taking it down.
Yeah.
But it's a safety thing. But it's if the landlord is not gonna deal with it, then I might.
Yeah, something needs to be done about it. Oh, hey, Magellians! Welcome to the stream. We were just about to wind down here, but yeah, the fire alarm story. I'm glad you were here for that.
Oh yeah, it's annoying. First world problems, I guess.
I mean, it's valid to complain about it because like there's nothing worse than trying to get like your sleep because your mental health depends on that and having that interrupted by incessant beeping.
Yeah.
Anyways, that will be the end of the stream. Oh, you've been lurking, aliens. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, and see you next time. We'll probably stream tomorrow. Depends a bit on how things look, and I have no idea what. That also depends. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye bye.